Sri Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Sri Radhe, Jaya Sri Radhe, Jaya Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol,
Jai
Jaya
Ram,
Radhe.
Jai Ram.
So welcome everyone to this Sunday class. We had to shift it because yesterday we were occupied in the evening, so we could not take the class yesterday. And I didn't want to miss it because I have not met you for last 2 weeks. So I just wanted to ensure that we meet definitely. So we'll start with the Mangalacharan. You can open up the page 1 of Bhagavad Gita. We'll do Aarti later.
ॐ ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य
ॐ ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपं कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सन्नाथगणतां तं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्ण पाद सगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिय वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita
गदाधर
Gadadhara
श्रीवासादि
Sivasadi
गौर
Gaura
भक्त Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Hare
Hare
हरे
Rama,
Rama
राम
Rama
हरे
Rama,
राम
Hare
राम
Hare.
राम हरे
Om
हरे
Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhayate Girim Yat Kripatamam Vande Shri Guru Dintaranam Pavanandam Padam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo
ओम नमो
Bhagavate
भगवते
Vasudevaya
वासुदेवाय
So today we are continuing with our series on Ishopanishad. Uh, we have covered invocation mantra. What was that? Anyone remembers? किसी को याद है? ईशोपनिषद ओम पूर्णमदा पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते.
पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते
Anyone will explain?
That is complete. This is complete.
Yes.
This is coming from that. That is also complete.
That is also complete. So basically, they are describing that the Lord is complete, Lord's creation is complete. Mantra 1, the first mantra, which Diksha Mataji covered. What was that? Ishavasyam idam sarvam yat kincha jagatayam jagat tena taktena bhunjita magrita kasa suidadhavanam. So what was the essence of this verse, mantra 1?
Everything is controlled by God.
Everything belongs to God. Everything is Ishavasyam idam sarvam. Everything belongs to God. Everything is controlled by God. Right? And there is a quota for us which has been set aside. We have to be happy with that. Problem will start when we try to take others' quota. The example which Prabhupada used to share is that if there are grains fallen on the road, a bird will come and pick up just whatever is needed. But if a human being comes, he will carry everything for 1 year. That is the problem. So that is what we covered in mantra 1. Today we are going to go to mantra 2. कुर्वन् एवेह कर्माणि
कुर्वन् एवेह कर्माणि
जिजीविषेच्छतां समः
जिजैर्विशिष्टता समः
एवं त्वयि नान्यथोऽस्ति
एवं त्वयि
न कर्म लिप्यते नरे
नाम कर्मते नरे
कुर्वन् एवेह कर्माणि
कुर्वन् एवेह कर्माणि
जिजीविषेच्छतं समः
जिजैर्विशिष्टता समः
एवं त्वयि नान्यथोऽस्ति
एवं त्वयि नास्ति
न कर्म लिप्यते नरे
न कर्म लिप्यते नरे
कुर्वन् एवेह कर्माणि
कुर्वन् एवेह कर्माणि
जिजीविषेच्छतं समः
जिजैर्विशिष्टता समः
एवं त्वयि नान्यथोऽस्ति
एवं त्वयि नान्यथोऽस्ति
न कर्म लिप्यते नरे
न कर्म लिप्यते नरे
Mataji's, anyone? कुर्वन् एवेह कर्माणि जिजीविषेच्छतं समः एवं त्वयि नान्यथोऽस्ति कर्म लिप्यते नरे प्रभु जी
कुर्वन् एव कर्माणि
कुर्वन् एवेह कर्माणि
जिजैर्विशिष्टं समः
जिजीविषेच्छतं समः
एवं नित्यो अस्ति
एवं त्वयि नान्यथोऽस्ति
न कर्म लिप्यते नरे
न कर्म लिप्यते नरे Usha Mataji, would you read the translation?
One may aspire to live for hundreds of years if he continuously goes on working in that way, for that sort of work will not bind him to the law of karma. There is no alternative to this way for man.
Yes. So, we'll start with the second line. Would you just show me? Is it 4 lines? It is in 4 lines? Yeah. So we'll start analyzing this verse from line number 2. Jiji Vishe Chatam Samaha. Now, this is Shatam. Chatam is actually Shatam, Shat, which means 100. So Jiji Vishe Chatam Samaha, which means everyone is aspiring to live for hundreds of years. So that is the meaning of this, that everyone is aspiring to live for hundreds of years. Jiji Vishe Chatam Samaha. Now the question is that statement true? Don't we aspire to live eternally?
Yes.
Anyone disagrees? We want to live forever, right? It is the same reason why I put an alarm at night, because we are confident we'll get up in the morning. It is why we make plans for 20 years, 30 years. We take a housing loan for 30 years because we know we'll survive for 30 years, because we are all aspiring to live for hundreds of years. Now the question is, why do we have such desires? Why? What is the source of this desire? Anyone can attempt an answer?
Enjoy.
Huh? We want to enjoy.
Attachment to the material body.
Anyone else? Jeshi Mata, you were saying something?
Attachment to the material world.
Attachment to the
deceive.
material world. Okay, yes. Anyone else?
We need to take care after our belongs, our family.
We have to take care of our family. See, this is actually coming from the fact that we are souls and soul is eternal. So it is coming from there. That soul is eternal. Soul is always happy. That's why desire to become happy is also coming from there. But the problem is that even though we are the soul, we are in this body. Now, this body is not eternal. देहिनो अस्मिन् यथा देहे कौमारम यौवनम जरा तथा देहांतर प्राप्तिर धीरस्तत्र न मुह्यते. So this body is not eternal, but soul is eternal. That is why this desire is coming. That we want to live forever because soul is living forever. But the body which has been given to us, the car which has been given to us, is not eternal. That is where the desire is coming. And this is where we get caught in the cycle of repeated birth and death because of this desire. This is called karma bandhan. We are caught in karma bandhan, the cycle of birth and death, cycle of continuously punarapi maranam, punarapi. Right? Now, how does this karma bandhan work? Karma bandhan, basically, if you just analyze this verse, karma is action, bandhan is binding, actions which bind us. Now that happens from the day we take birth. Moment we start understanding something, we are admitted to a school. You should get good marks. Now we are running after that. Good marks, class. First, you should come first. You should come for top 5 or something like that. If you are very bad, then you should at least pass. So we are aspiring for that. Then after that, we say you should do good so you can get into some good college. After that, once the college is getting over, you think that maybe life is settled. He said, no, now get a good job. After that, you get a good job. Then what? Get married. Once you get married, okay, now things will stop. No. Now have children. Now what happens? Now put them into school and the cycle continues. Right? This is how we are caught in the karma bandhan, and this is how we are passing on to everyone else also. Everyone is getting caught in the karma bandhan. So this is cycle, this continues. Now we'll analyze the first line and the last line. The first line is kurvan eveha karmani. Basically, kurvan eveha karmani basically means that we are doing actions. Now, what kind of actions we should do is in the last line it says, na karma lipyate nare, which does not bind us. Lipyate means which is binding. So, which cannot bind us. So, we have to take such actions which cannot bind us. If we want to live for hundreds of years, then we have to take such actions which cannot bind us. Now, we have completed our Bhagavad Gita classes. In that, we have heard of 3 kind of activities. Anyone remembers that? No. So we'll open up Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4, shloka number 70. 17. Chapter 4, shloka number 17. Page? 260. Page 260. 262. कर्मणो हि अपि बोधव्यम च विकर्मणा अकर्मणश्च बोधव्यम गहना कर्मणो गति. The translation is, the intricacies of action are very hard to understand. Therefore, one should know properly what action is, what forbidden action is, and what inaction is. So there are 3 kinds of actions. Now, can someone tell me what are those 3 kinds of actions? Karma, vikarma, and akarma. Yes. So these are the 3 kind of actions: karma, vikarma, and akarma. So what is karma? What is karma?
whatever we are doing, which will bind us, like in our day-to-day life,
Yes.
that is karma.
Okay. So karma, in this context, when we say karma, vikarma, and akarma, karma is sukarma, which is basically pious activities, good activities. What are good activities? Helping
Giving
people,
donation,
giving
helping
donation,
people.
giving charity, helping,
Feeding
feeding the poor, building hospitals. All those are pious activities. That is karma. What is vikarma? Forbidden activities. These are activities which are forbidden in the scriptures. शास्त्रों में मना किया है इनके बारे में कि ये नहीं करना चाहिए. ये विकर्मा है. सुकर्मा और कर्मा वो एक्टिविटीज हैं जो कि शास्त्रों में बताया गया है. और जो बताया गया है उसके अगर ऑपोजिट करते हैं, वी डू समथिंग ऑपोजिट, then that is vikarma. And vikarma is, what is vikarma activities? Forbidden activities. What are forbidden activities?
Meat eating,
Meat eating, illicit relationship, gambling. Those are the kind of vikarma activities. Now कर्मा से क्या मिलता है? पुण्य. पुण्य, pious activities. विकर्मा से क्या मिलता है? What do we get? पाप. उससे पाप होता है. नाउ इन दोनों में से बेटर कौन सा है? सुकर्मा इज बेटर in the normal sense. However, the problem is that both will cause bondage. दोनों जो हैं कर्म बंधन में हमको बांधते हैं. We get caught in the cycle of repeated birth and death. And we'll go to Bhagavad Gita chapter 13 shloka number 22. Bhagavad Gita chapter 13 shloka number 22. 705. पुरुषा प्रकृति स्थो ही भुंक्ते प्रकृति जान गुणान कारणम गुण संग अस्य सद असद योनि जन्मसु. We are interacting with this material world और उसकी वजह से सद असद योनि जन्मसु. सद और असद, हम लोग when we interact with this material world, the way we interact, we will get the birth based on that. So अगर हमने pious activities किया, if we are doing pious activities, we will take birth in sad yoni. If we are doing vikarma, pap, then we'll take birth in asad yoni. Sad asad yoni janmasu. So that is because it causes repeated, both causes repeated birth and death. So for example, if you have given charity to someone, in the next life you have to come and get it back. Right? So that is the problem. When you do pious activities, you will have to take birth to reap the benefit of that. When you do vikarma, पुण्य पाप करते हैं तो उसका फल भोगने के लिए दोबारा आना पड़ेगा. We have to come back again. Then there is another shloka, chapter 9, shloka number 21.
515.
515, page 515. ते तम भुक्त्वा स्वर्गलोकम विशालम क्षिणे पुण्य मृत्युलोके विशन्ति एवं त्रैधर्मम अनुप्रपन्ना गतागतम काम काम लभन्ते. When they have thus enjoyed vast heavenly pleasures and the results of their pious activities are exhausted, they return to this mortal planet again. So when we are doing pious activities, we can go up to स्वर्गलोक. हम लोग स्वर्गलोक तक पहुंच सकते हैं पुण्य के कार्य करने से. But once those storehouse is over, we have to come back to this material world. So the example which is given in by various acharyas is like you go to and stay in a 5-star hotel. As long as you have money to pay, you can stay. After that, come back and dal roti khao ghar pe. Right? That is what happens. You can't stay forever in the 5-star hotel because till the time you have money, you can stay there. Similarly, till the time you have punya in your account, you can enjoy the heavenly pleasures. Once that punya is over, come down. Similarly, if you have pap, sinful activities in your account, you will go to jail. And when you are spending time in jail, those sins are getting over. And then once that is over, you will get released. So both are causing bondage. Now we again come back to the first line of the Isopanishad mantra. Kurvan eveha karmani. And it says, if he keeps on working like that. Now, Ishopanishad is full of that and this. It never directly tells. If we keep on working like that, that is the first line. If we keep on working like that. Now, can anyone guess what is that? Working like that? This is mantra 2. So, actually, this is referring to mantra 1. Isha Varsam Idam Sarvam. So it says if you keep on working like that, which is given in mantra 1, that you accept that the Lord, the Ishvara, is the supreme controller and owner of everything, and we should only take our part and be happy with that. If we keep on working with that consciousness, then we can get rid of this cycle of birth and death, and we can live eternally. Right? So that is how this is referred. Now, how to do this kind of work? Now, typically, and Prabhupada writes in the purports, he says that Vedas gradually uplifts us. Vedas, the way they are written, they will gradually uplift us. Now, how many are willing to accept? If you tell someone on the street that everything belongs to the Lord and there's some quota for you, you just take that and be happy. How many people will accept it? No one will accept it, right? कोई मानेगा नहीं इस बात को नहीं मैं तो मेहनत करूंगा आई विल फाइट फॉर इट आई विल टेक इट इसका भी लूंगा उसका भी लूंगा आई टेक फॉर एवरीवन सो व्हाट वेदास डज इज इट क्रिएट्स अ ग्रेजुअल साइकिल व्हाट इट फर्स्ट सेज इज यू वर्क फॉर योर ओन सेंस ग्रेटिफिकेशन अपनी इंद्रिय तृप्ति के लिए काम करो डू वॉट एवर यू वॉन्ट टू डू दैट इज कॉल्ड कर्म. That is called karma. So working for your own sense gratification is called karma. Now, when someone is working for their own sense gratification, they will find problems. They will not get. They want a promotion. They will not get. They want a salary hike. They will not get. They want to get married. They will not get the right boy or the girl. They want a child. They will not get it. They will have these problems. ये सब problems आएंगे because in the course of life. Then the Vedas raise the level. They say, अच्छा, you are having problem? ऊपर में इंद्र है, चंद्र है, वायु है, सूर्य है, शिव जी है, पार्वती हैं, उनकी पूजा करो, मिल जाएगा. So now Vedas very nicely introduces the concept of worship, devta worship. कि आप उनकी you want to satisfy your senses, आपको अपनी इंद्र तृप्ति करनी नहीं हो पा रही है, you are not able to do that, worship this. So पानी नहीं आ रहा, you are a farmer, rain is not coming, worship Indra. You want to get married, worship Shivji and Parvati ji. You will get it. So now worship has been introduced. Then after some time, when you are doing your own sense gratification, then the Vedas say you are right now. You can looking at your own sense gratification. You should now look beyond you, your family members, your society, your country, your the all the animals around. Slowly, the Vedas will say now start looking for more. So when people have got their senses are getting satisfied, then they start doing upkar, paropkar. Then they start doing charity. Then they start taking care of others. Now the purpose of worship changes. They are still worshipping, but now they are worshipping so that they can help others. You see, gradually Vedas are uplifting. Once they are lifted to that level, That is when the Vedas will introduce that ultimately you should work for Krishna because everything belongs to Krishna. So this is how the gradual cycle of upliftment happens as part of the Vedas. The problem is, which is what Vyasadeva was facing, which is coming in the first part of Bhagavatam, that people are never going beyond class 2. Class 1, satisfying their own senses. Class 2, taking help of demigods to satisfy their own senses. They don't go beyond class 2. This is why we are happy here. So they don't go to class 3 and class 4. And that is why Ved Vyas was unhappy. That people are not growing in their life. So this is how the Vedas operate. Now, when we are doing work for others, we are taking help of demigods and working for others. That is called Karma Yoga. And when we are working for Krishna directly, that is called Bhakti Yoga. Now, what is the result of Bhakti Yoga or Karma Yoga? It is mentioned in Bhagavad Gita. We can go to chapter 3, shloka number 9.
$185.
185. यज्ञ अर्थात कर्मणो अनत्र लोको अयम कर्म बंधना तदर्थम कर्म कौन्तेय मुक्त संग समाचरा. Work done as a sacrifice for Vishnu has to be performed, otherwise work causes bondage in this work. Therefore, O son of Kunti, perform your prescribed duties for his satisfaction, and in that way you will always remain free from bondage. So when we work for Krishna, जब हम कृष्णा के लिए काम करते हैं, तो we get free from कर्म बंधन, from all kinds of bondage. हमको कोई फिर जो बंधन है वो नहीं मिलता, because पाप पुण्य नहीं होता है. That is called अकर्मा. That is called akarma. Karma is pious activities, vikarma is sinful activities, akarma is spiritual activities. That is akarma. There is another shloka in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, shloka number 40. Chapter 2, shloka 2, 224. Chapter 2, shloka number 40. Neha Bikram Nashos. Sorry, 137? 137. 240. 240.
137.
Chapter 2, shloka number 40. 40. नेहा विक्रम नाशो अस्ति प्रत्यवायो न विद्यते स्वल्पम अपि यस्य धर्मस्य त्रायते महतो भयात्. In this endeavor, there is no loss or diminution, and a little advancement on this path can protect one from the most dangerous type of fear. It is referring to Karma Yoga and Bhakti Yoga. If you do little endeavor here, there is not going to be any loss. You will keep on moving forward in your life. Example I had given in our class on karma is this is like your Bhakti bank account. Your SBI bank account, if you come next in the next life and say, give me money, no one will give you. But Bhakti bank account, perpetual. You keep on adding, nothing reduces. So whenever we do Karma Yoga and Bhakti Yoga, we are continuously adding credit to our spiritual bank account, and that will help us grow in our life. And when we get out of this karma bandhan, that is when we can live eternally. Because as long as we are in this material world, there is always going to be birth and death. And then the third line says, Evam toi na anyatho sti. Evam toi na anyatho asti. Now, people may say, oh, this is too difficult. Any other solution? So here Ishupnesh says, nothing. There is no other way, there is no other way, there is no other way. Evam toi na anyatho asti. There is no other way. If you want to live for 100 years, if you want to live eternally, then you have to do spiritual activities. By doing pious activities or sinful activities, you will keep on rotating in this cycle of birth and death. तो अगर हमको शाश्वत जीवन चाहिए तो भगवान की आराधना करनी होगी. जितना पाप कर ले उससे हम इस कर्म बंधन से मुक्त नहीं हो सकते हैं. Now, let's come to the practical application of this verse. The purpose, we have to be very clear about purpose in our life. What do you think should be the purpose of our life? To to serve Krishna. Keep it simple. Serve God, serve Krishna. Period. That should be the purpose. We should be very clear. No confusions. Right? To serve Krishna. What is the path we have to take? Which is Bhakti Yoga, which is basically in simple terms, do everything for Krishna. Do everything for Krishna. In that path, what are the principles that we have to follow? What are the do's and don'ts? Don'ts, four regulative principles. Do's, A, B, C, D. Association, book reading, chanting, diet, or dance. Whichever we want to consider. Right? That is the principle that we have to follow. If we do that, we can live eternally. Right? So that is the message of this verse. Anyone has any questions, then we can clarify. Otherwise, we'll move on to the next section. Any clarifications? Okay. So we are clear on this now. Now today, I think Sai Prabhu, you are taking the. So Sai Prabhu is doing a recap of which class?
Last week.
Okay, fair enough. So Samir Prabhu is now going to do the recap. I'll just stop sharing.